Methods of electrification. First, what is electrification? Electrification is the process of charging a body. How many methods of electrifications we have? Means we have three methods of electrification. Number one, electrification by friction. That means by friction. Second one, by conduction. Third one, by induction. Now we will discuss in detail about electrification by friction. Around 600 BC, Thales, a Greek scientist, have observed first time this activity when he rubbed amber stone with wool. After rubbing, the amber is placed close to bits of pieces of paper. He observed the amber is attracting that piece of papers. So he realized after rubbing the amber stone with the wool, amber gets electrified. Because of that reason only, the amber is able to attract bits of pieces of paper. So that's why this electrification phenomena is credited to Thales. So now we'll study in detail now. When two different bodies are rubbed together, due to friction, heat will generate. That heat will be absorbed by one body. By absorbing that heat energy, the body loses electrons, so acquires positive charge. Neighboring good body, other body, gains those electrons, acquires negative charge. This is how we can charge the bodies. This method of charging the bodies are called frictional electrification. If a glass rod is rubbed with a silk cloth, if you rub these two together, the glass rod loses electrons, so it acquires positive charge. Silk cloth gains electrons, that's why it acquires negative charge. See, when two bodies are rubbed together, one body is acquiring positive and other one is acquiring negative. That means unlike charges are developed on these bodies. When these two bodies are kept close to each other, they will attract because they have acquired unlike charge. That means the process of frictional electrification precedes attraction. And another important point is, in this method, if one body acquires positive charge, other body acquires equal amount of negative charge. Okay? And another important point in this process is, this method of electrification can be used only for insulators. Why not for conductors? Obviously, if we say this process is useful for only insulators, means immediately a doubt arises, why not for conductors? This is made up of an insulator, for example. That means a plastic body. When you rub this body with some other material in this portion, then it acquires a charge. Maybe I have taken here positive charge, it may acquire a negative charge also. Depending upon the nature of the body, we have used it to rub this one. So I have rubbed only this portion of the body, so that's why this portion of the body gets electrified. It is made up of insulator, so that's why it will not allow the flow of charge. So that's why charge resides here only. Okay, this is the nature of the insulator. If you take a conductor, if you give charge At this place, conductor conducts flow of charge. These are like charges. So like charges repels, so they'll move and they'll distribute uniformly like this in case of conductors. That means flow of charge takes place here. Okay. When we rub insulators, one body acquires positive and other body acquires negative, and recombination of charge between these two bodies is less. But whereas if you rub two conductors, no doubt due to friction heat will be released, and due to that heat one body absorbs heat energy and loses electrons, acquires positive charge, and other acquires negative charge. But recombination takes place very quickly. See, before separating itself, they'll recombine and the charge disappears on the surface of the conductors. So that's why by using frictional electrification, charging conductors is difficult. So what we have observed from this explanation, important points, I will note it here. So you also copy and learn these important points. So when two different bodies are rubbed together, due to friction, heat produces between the bodies. By absorbing that heat energy, one body loses electrons, acquires positive charge. Another body gains electrons, acquires equal amount of negative charge. This type of electrification only called as electrification by friction. First conclusion, bodies acquires equal and unlike charges. Equal and unlike charges. This is the first conclusion. Frictional electrification precedes attraction. Frictional electrification precedes attraction. And third one, this method of electrification is applicable for only insulators. These are three important conclusions we made from this concept. See, generally from your lower classes you will might be listen the famous example for frictional electrification is combing hair. Okay, when you comb your hair with a comb is made up of an insulator. So if you comb your hair, the comb gets electrified. If you want to know whether it is electrified or not, you can take small bits of pieces of paper, place it on the table, and after combing, just you place comb close to it. It will attract the pieces of papers. This is a famous example you come across in lower classes. If you see this comb is insulator, a part of the comb I have used for combing, that part is electrified. Because of this is insulator, the charge is not flown to your hand. You are not going to get any shock. That means in case of insulators where you charge, sides only at that place, it will not distribute to entire body. This you have to remember. But in case of conductor, if you give charge at one place, that charge will be uniformly distributed, or charge distributes on entire surface of the body. This is important. If you comb hair in the morning before coming to the college, the comb gets electrified, and if you place close to the pieces of paper, it will attract. Okay, after that just you thrown the comb on the dressing table and you attended the college. But in the evening, if you use the same comb, it will not attract the pieces of papers. That means the body lost electrification. From this activity, what we have to observe means a charged body is unstable. That means any body is not willing to have a charge for a long time.